UFC Fight Night, Jamal Hill versus Khalil Rountree, takes place in Azerbaijan, out of all places, next Saturday for this great Fight Night card. Last week, we went 11-2, but I got the main event wrong. Unfortunately, Kamaru Usman had a vintage performance and got the win. So yeah, that sucks. So back-to-back weeks, we went 12-1. Now we go 11-2. So overall, we are 23-3. 23-3. I got the Umar Sy Manyfield fight wrong, and I got the Kamaru Usman fight wrong. And before that, the only fight I got wrong on that card was the Chaos Williams Andreas Gustafsson fight. So yeah, we're on a pretty big of a hot streak right now. But with that being said, this is a great card. Once again, going to Azerbaijan for the first time. So yeah, let's get right on to it with the first fight of the night being Hamdi Abdelwahab versus Muhammad Usman. Now, Kamaru Usman put on a vintage performance this past Saturday and got the win versus Joaquin Buckley. But we cannot say the same about Muhammad Usman. Why? Because he's just not good. He's not. He's a shitty heavyweight. He won the Ultimate Fighter, yes, but he's just not that good. On the other side, Hamdi got an absolute robbery in his last fight. I know he's tested positive for steroids before too, even though it does not look like it, since he looks like a 50-year-old man that has never worked out a day in his life. But yeah, he tested positive for roids at one point in time. That being said, Muhammad Usman has a big reach advantage here. The same height though. Um, I really don't. I'm gonna take Hamdi just because he's younger, and I feel like if anyone could improve since their last performance, it would be him. But I wouldn't be shocked if Muhammad Usman wins. I wouldn't be. But these are just MP. Like you never know what could happen with these type of heavyweights. You know, they're just both like not top of the line type of heavyweights. But I choose one of them to win. I'm gonna take Hamdi just cause he's undefeated and Muhammad Usman is coming off back-to-back losses. So yeah, give me Hamdi. This one. Next fight. Tigir Ulanbekov versus Azat Maksum. I'm taking Tigir Ulanbekov in this one. I think he's going to be too big. I think he's going to be too physical. And I think he's just going to out-wrestle Azat. Azat hasn't fought since early 2024 also, as he lost to Charles Johnson in that fight. That's his only loss in his career, but he's taken over a year off. Hope maybe he comes back from it much better. But I just think Tigir is just going to take advantage of the grappling, get him down, keep him down. He missed weight in his last fight, too. Ooh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. But yeah, I'm taking Tigir Ulanbekov in this one. I'm pretty sure he was supposed to fight Hiraguchi from, he was in Bellator and Ryzen. He was supposed to fight him. He ended up pulling out. The dude who fought for the UFC belt versus Mighty Mouse longest time ago. As that is stepping in on short notice. I don't like that. Tigir's been in camp. He has one way to victory, and that's by wrestle fucking you. Because, I mean, look at him. He's inbred. He's Dagestani. That's what they're going to do to you. So, yeah. Give me Tigir Ulanbekov by decision. On to the next fight. Irina Alekseeva versus Claudia Sygula. Now, these women have two very different appearances. I think we could tell. We got going with 5-2 versus 6-2. Nice. 0 inches in reach. This chick also missed weight in her last fight. 141. Oh, fucking hell. What do we got here? I think I'm gonna take Irene. Why? Because of this compared to this. Don't necessarily have to say or give an explanation for this. That could be like someone's mom, and that could be someone's dad, from what I know. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Even though they both have shitty records, they're both coming off losses. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Next fight. Melissus Mullins versus Daria Zelezniakova. What the fuck? What are the odds in this one? Ooh, I'm not taking Daria in this one. I'm taking Melissus Mullins as a plus 210 underdog. Taking that. This chick in her last fight that she fought in just got ragdolled by what's it, Perez? The Argentinian chick that just twerks. Took her down, submitted her within like 2 minutes, literally got bitched. Melissus Mullins only has one loss in her record. You know, happens. But yeah, this chick literally just got ragdolled and submitted in her last fight. I don't like that. She's gonna have the height, same reach though. But like, yeah, I'm just gonna take Melissus Mullins. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. That's what I'm taking. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about this fight. So yeah, give me the underdog. Next fight. Ismail Naurdiev versus Jung Young Park. Yep, odds make sense here. I'm taking Jung Young Park in this one. I'm taking the Iron Turtle. Easily will win this fight. Ismail Naurdiev, dude, it's not good. He's not. I'm gonna be honest with you. He had his first stint in the UFC where he went 2-2. His 2 wins were against nobodies that I've really never even heard about. And then he goes into the regional scene and he actually ends up losing 2 fights in a row, wins another one, and then gets a shot right back in the UFC. So yeah, I don't know why. He fought Bruno Silva in his last fight. And if you don't know anything about Bruno Silva, he's never been the same ever since he fought Pereira. And yet, like, Bruno Silva got brutally put away in his last fight by Marc-Andre Barriault. This dude went to a complete decision with Bruno Silva. I'm going to leave it at that. Jung Young Park's underrated. He's pretty decent at 185. Will never get ranked. Nothing like that. 2-inch height disadvantage, 1-inch reach disadvantage. I don't think it'll matter. I'm going to take Jung Young Park in this one by decision. I think it goes decision. I'm going to take Jung Young Park. I think he's a big favorite for a reason, too. Next fight. Seo Keon Ko versus Orban Elliot. I'm taking Orban Elliot in this one pretty easily. This guy is coming off a contender series. I know he's taking a short notice too. So I don't even know if he won his contender series fight. Let me see that real quick if he did. Give me 1 second, guys. I actually never looked into this. Did he even win his contender series fight? He did. By decision against an undefeated guy. Fought a bunch of nobodies on the regional scene. Okay. So he won his last fight by decision. But I don't know why he's getting Orban Elliot in his debut. Orban Elliot is very underrated. Very underrated. He should be fighting someone not making his debut. He should be fighting someone right outside, like somewhere from like the 20 to the 25 range is a person he should be fighting. But he's fighting an unranked guy making his debut. I mean, I don't know why he's fighting back. He just came off a big KO win versus Bafel Hazez at MSG. I was there for that one. I saw that live. It's pretty cool. He's underrated, pretty good. He's from Wales, not England. Get that shit right, UFC. But yeah, I'm taking Orban Elliot in this one. I'm gonna take it by. I'm gonna say KO. Let's get a KO here. Why the fuck not? Dude stepping up on short notice to fight you, KO him. Knock him out cold. Let's do it. All right, now onto the main card. Muhammad Naimov versus Bogdan Grad. Ooh. Ooh. Bro, why the fuck they got the countries wrong? It says country Romania, but then he says Austria there. That's weird. That's very weird. Bogdan Grad or Muhammad Naimov? I don't like Naimov. I think he's a bitch. He had a very unprofessed, like a shitty performance his last fight. He fought Oakley, that like super short Australian dude who fought in the Ultimate Fighter. That's who he fought, and he like beat him by decision. It was like very underwhelming and boring. Bogdan Grad, I think, is actually pretty decent. I think I'm gonna lean Naimov, but I do not mind this plus 185 underdog for Bogdan Grad. He's coming off a win. I know he fought in the Contender Series twice. His first time he lost to Tom Nolan, but Tom Nolan's pretty good, and I was at 155, and Tom Nolan is a really big 155er, like really big. So like he was at a clear height disadvantage there. Unfortunate. But now he's going to be fighting Muhammad Naimov at featherweight. I think he's going to have the size advantage. I think he'll have the physicality advantage over Naimov too. I mean, Naimov got submitted by Felipe Lima. I know that. That was a good fight though. Yeah, I'm gonna take Naimov barely though. I don't mind this plus money on Bogdan Grad though. So watch out. I'm gonna lean Naimov for now. Maybe my pick switches later in the week, but leaning Naimov right now. Next fight. Nazim Sadykhov versus Nicholas Motta. We see the odds here for a reason. You're taking Sadykhov here, clearly. And Nicholas Motta, okay. Not the best, not the worst. Sadykhov, on the other hand, very, very, very good. He just beat Bonfim, brother. One of them. Was it Ishmael or Gabriel? I think it was Ishmael. Oh no, the one that's not fighting fucking Wonder Boy. But yeah, he just beat a Bonfim brother. He looked very good. It was a question mark kick that like hit like right on his eye, swolled it up. And yeah, they had to stop doing a doctor stoppage. He looked sharp. He looked good. And yeah, that was him after being out for a while. He's gonna have a clear he actually is not in the reach advantage. Ooh, he's taller, but he's got a short reach. Anyway, I'm taking him anyway. He looked really good in his last fight. He impressed me. He really did. He really did. What the fuck? He has a 4-inch leg reach. Disadvantage in arm reach. And Nicholas Motta is just built weird. Yeah. This is just built weird. Yeah, I'm taking Sadykhov here by KO. I'm gonna take it by KO. I think he's gonna get it. He's from Azerbaijan too, but it says his country is Russia, so I don't know what the UFC is doing here. Anyway, on to the next fight. Tofik Musayev versus Miltek Orolbai. Now, Musayev is actually pretty good. He fought in Ryzen, fought in Bellator. He has, I think, out of like all of his, I think he has like 23 fights total. I'm pretty sure he has 18 knockout wins. No, 23 like wins. He has 18 knockout wins, which is ridiculous. He's very good. He's very skilled. He's making his debut. Unfortunately, he's running into Miltek Orolbai. Now, Orolbai is coming off a loss versus Rebecki. But what I found out about that fight from Orolbai is that you can never put him away. You just can't put him away. You know, Genghis Khan over here has seen so much in his life. You can just tell by the way he's built that he's not going down without a fight. I'm taking Maltek Orolbai. He has a clear reach advantage here. You're going to have the height advantage. They fought at a catch weight in the last fight. I remember that because it's very short notice for them. So he's going to make weight. But yeah, I like Orolbai. I think he's underrated. His striking's decent. It's okay. You know, obviously Rebecca was laying that overhand nonstop in their last fight, and Orolbai took a shit ton of damage. Like his eyes swelled up like a bitch. But my God, was that shit entertaining as fuck to watch. It was a war. Ended up going to split decision. I thought it was clear Rebecca 2-1. But I'm taking Orolbai in this one. I think he's going to get his get back. He still has a lot of hype. Even though he's an unranked lightweight fighter, people love him just because of the way he looks. He looks like Genghis Khan. He looks like he should be like in a cave right now, you know, playing with fire, eating raw meat off a fucking drumstick. You know, he was around when the dinosaurs were around. So, you know, if he was able to survive through the dinosaur era, I think he's going to be able to survive, and I think he's going to be able to finish Tofiki Musayev. I just think so. I just think that about Orolbai. There's just something about him. There's just something about him. Taking my take Orolbai here by I'm gonna take him by submission. Take him by submission. Yeah. Round two. Round two submission for Maltek Orolbai. So I'm gonna take. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Next fight. Curtis Blaydes versus Rizvan Kuniev. Now, they have tried making this fight like 4 fucking times already. They keep on rescheduling it, rebooking it. They were supposed to fight in Seattle first. Then they were supposed to fight at the Pereira card 313. I think it was, yeah, 313. Curtis Blaydes pulled out the day of. Then they were gonna have this fight in May. At it was supposed to be UFC Qatar or some shit, and they ended up just making an Apex fucking fight night. So then, excuse me. Then they move it to fucking Azerbaijan. I don't know why they want to see this matchup so bad. The fact that Kuniev is getting a top 5 ranking and his first actual UFC fight is crazy. It's crazy. Damn. Sorry, man. I just got hiccups right now. I'm just so fucking disgusted at this fight that, you know, give me hiccups and shit. You know? So Blaydes is the clear favorite. And in his last fight, did he get knocked out by Aspinall? Yes, but who doesn't? It was almost a year ago, too. Before that, he beat Jalton Almeida, which is very impressive. But yeah, with Kuniev, it's like he fought in the PFL. He beat Brennan Fahea, is his name? The dude who was scary. Oh, this is the guy that Ngannou has to fight. Ngannou finished him in 1 round. Made easy work of him. Now, did Ngannou finish Blaydes? Very easily, too. Yes. But yeah, that's just Ngannou. And it's like with Kuniev, like he fought in the Contender Series 1. It was such a shit performance. They didn't sign him. Then he fights outside the UFC, tests positive for steroids, like 20 different things. Like 20 different things he tested positive for. Then he fights again in the Contender Series. They sign him this time. They throw him top 5 already. Now, can he be a ranked heavyweight? Absolutely. The heavyweights suck. And if he could beat Brendan Fahea outside the UFC, I think that he could be a top 10 heavyweight. But you're fighting Curtis Blaydes here. And the thing with Blaydes is that Blaydes is an actual, somewhat skilled heavyweight. He has decent hands, decent boxing. It's not the best. It's something, though. He has pretty good wrestling for heavyweight compared to a lot of other heavyweights. Kuniev has good wrestling, yes. Okay striking, I guess. But he's not on steroids anymore. He's going to look fatter than he does in that flick. Blaydes should win. Blaydes should win. I'm gonna take him by TKO or decision. No, TKO. It's heavyweight. Fuck it. Why not? Even though Blaydes can be chinny sometimes, and he got chinned in his last fight. It was against Aspinall. It's whatever. He's going to have... They're the same height, but he's got the leg reach advantage and the reach advantage. I think if this does go to grappling, I don't know. I'm going to lean Blaydes because it's just... He's showed that he has good heavyweight grappling. Kuniev just, like, took down Fahea and just laid on top of him. And his Contender Series fights usually just takes down his opponents and beats them up like that to get the TKO. But, like, he's not on roids anymore. I don't know. I don't understand why he's getting a top 10 opponent. I'm going to take Curtis Blaydes here. I'll take Curtis Blaydes. I don't understand why Kuniev's getting this fight. I don't know why they had to book it so many fucking times. If it gets canceled again and they rebook this shit again, I'm done with this fight. But yeah, give me Curtis Blaydes. KO, TKO. My prediction. To the next one, co-main event. Rafael Fiziev versus Ignacio Bahamondes. I'm pretty sure it's a pick'em odds right now. The last time I checked, I'm taking Ignacio Bahamondes in this fight. The big thing, the reason why I'm taking Bahamodes, it says 5'8". We all know Fiziev is really like 5'7", 5'6". Bahamondes is 6'3". The height advantage is going to be ridiculous. He's going to have a clear reach advantage. Obviously, we saw Fiziev take down Gaethje in his last fight, and we don't know how Bahamondes is. Though we do know somewhat. He got kind of taken down and bitched by Ludovic Klein, yeah, but he's only improved by then because he's a young fighter. I don't know how he got into bottom position versus Jalen Turner in his last fight, but he ended up submitting him with a triangle, so fuck it, whatever. He's lengthy. I like his striking. You know, he was a younger guy. He had that fade back right hand versus Torres on the Sphere card. Won that. That was pretty nice. Then he beat Jalen Turner. Pretty good. He has momentum riding into this one. He's a younger fighter. He's improved a lot from when he was fighting earlier on. He's super skilled on the feet. And the thing with Fiziev is that I just noticed this in his matchups. Like, he struggles to close distance against taller, lengthier fighters. Like Gaethje's a big guy for lightweight, I would say. I'd say he's a pretty big guy for lightweight. But it's like, I don't know if Fiziev has like short arms or something. It says here that he has a 71.5-inch reach. I don't know that. I don't really believe that. Because, like, I feel like he wasn't really able to get his boxing going versus, like, anyone somewhat lengthy. I feel like the body kicks were money. You know, it's Fiziev. He's the Muay Thai guy. But it's like, he struggles to close distance so much in that little boxing-ish range. Like, that's where he should succeed. You know, like the knockout versus Moicano. He was able to get that by closing the distance by that. It's like, is he going to be able to do that against someone who's 6'3"? I don't think so. I think Ignacio is very skilled on the feet as well. He's very slick. He's decent. He's pretty good striking. He knows when to mix it up too, especially now that we know he has pretty decent grappling. Well, jiu-jitsu at least. It was off his bag. Maybe it wasn't the best, but Ignacio Bahamondes, I'm pretty sure Fiziev might be younger than him. I'm going to be honest. Let me check this right now. I think Fiziev might be younger. He might be younger. I think Fiziev's a little bit younger. I think Fiziev's younger, but with Fiziev, it's like he went out for a minute with the torn ACL, and he takes a short notice fight versus fucking Gaethje. Oh no, I'm wrong. I'm way fucking wrong. Fiziev's 32 now. Fucking hell. Bahamondes is 27. Yeah, it's clear. I'm taking Bahamondes. And Fiziev's on 3-fight losing streak too. It's gotta suck for his confidence. I'm taking Bahamondes. I think Bahamondes wins this fight. What am I taken by? Does he knock out Fiziev? Like, we haven't seen Fiziev knocked out, but we've seen him drop fucking bad by Gaethje. We've seen him hurt versus Gaethje. I don't know, but could this be a thing where like Bahamondes throws his kicks and like Fiziev like ducks underneath them or some shit? I don't fucking know. I'll take Bahamondes by. Do I take the KO? Do I want to take the KO here? Let me look at something real quick. Obviously, it says he lost by KO to fucking Gamrot. No, he didn't. He fucking tore his ACL. Do I want to take Bahamondes by KO here? I think I do. Ignacio Bahamondes, round 2 or 3 KO. I'm going to take it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to ride with it. I'm going to stick with my gut. I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. And now what? It's time to the main event. Let's do it. Ignacio Bahamondes, rounds 2 or 3 KO TKO. My prediction. On to the main event. Two black guys fighting in the Middle East. Yep, that's what we expect. Not the Middle East, but Azerbaijan. Yeah, it's that area. Jamal Hill, Khalil Rountree. What do we got here? Khalil Rountree's the favorite. Okay. Let's look into this more. I saw a report today saying that Jamal Hill will not be flying to Azerbaijan due to the conflicts going on with Israel and Iran right now. Not going to go into it. I don't feel like I need to for a UFC breakdown. But that means that he's going to be getting to Azerbaijan later than expected. He was supposed to be there today to do some shit. Now he's going to be there later this week. You know, obviously, these guys, Jamal Hill's been on a little bit of a down. He was champ, tore his Achilles, got knocked out by Pereira in 1 round. Then he gets knocked out by Yuri in round 3 after a pretty fucking good scrap, but he got dropped bad twice in that fight. He got beat up by Yuri. He really did. And in Rountree's last fight, he looked good versus Pereira in the first 2, but the amount of damage he took in that fight was fucking ridiculous. He gassed himself out, and Pereira took his shots well. He did. You know, he looked great on the feet, Rountree did, in his last fight. But my God, he took an insane amount of damage. And Pereira was sick going into that fight, too, so it was a little slower than usual. But if we look outside of their losses, we got to look at their wins. Khalil Rountree's best win is Anthony fucking Smith. And it was by a round 3 knockout. Jamal Hill will get Anthony Smith out of there in round 1. We look at Jamal Hill, he beat Glover Teixeira. Now, that was an old Glover. He beat Thiago Santos in a fight. He beat Johnny Walker. I'm trying to think, did he beat anyone else before that? Or that was like his main wins? I know he's like ranked 7 when he fought for the belt. And he fought Teixeira. Was it Santos before? I think it was. Yeah, it was. It was Johnny Walker, Thiago Santos. He fought. And he lost to Pereira and he lost to Yuri Prohaska. Khalil Rountree, on the other hand, beat Anthony Smith, Chris Daukaus, and absolutely robbed Dustin Jacoby. I think Jacoby's good. He's a very good striker, kickboxer. But if you were to watch that fight, Jacoby won that fight 2-1, arguably 3-0. Now with Rountree, who do I take here? Fucking hell. Jamal Hill did pull out of their last fight. They're supposed to fight in Kansas City, and Jamal Hill pulled out with an injury. I don't know what injury. I have no idea what injury. But I know he pulled out due to injury. So that's why the fight's happening here. So I don't like that for Jamal Hill. But with that being said, like, other than Rountree looking good in a loss, he doesn't really have the resume to prove to me that he could beat someone like a Jamal Hill. Now, does Jamal Hill look like an unk at a cookout? Absolutely. Did Jamal Hill get absolutely flatline KO'd by Pereira? Yes. Did he get absolutely outclassed by Yuri? Yes. It was 1-1 going to the third, though. It was. But are these injuries going to be too much for Jamal Hill? And does he still have the power that he does? You know, he was known as that one knock, Sweet Dreams. His nickname is Sweet Dreams. He's got the height, he's got the reach, he's got the belly. Rountree definitely has the muscles. But Rountree's kind of getting older now. He's 35. I know he started a little later. I'm going to take the underdog. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take Jamal Hill plus money. Plus 130. I think he was a big favorite going to their big fight in Kansas City, like a minus 225. But because he pulled out due to an injury and this fight got delayed 2 months, and now he's going to be a plus 130 underdog. No, fuck that. Give me the unk at a cookout. Give me Jamal Hill. Give me Jamal Hill to beat Rountree. Yeah, I just like Rountree is still super unproven to me, even though he stood toe to toe with Pereira. Pereira was sick that night, and I saw Rountree gas out. This is a 5-rounder also. If Rountree gasses out again, I'm not going to like it. Yes, Jamal Hill's been finished in his last 2 fights. Khalil Rountree got finished, but it's going to take a lot to finish Khalil Rountree, to be fair. He took some big shots by fucking Pereira. He did. His face was absolutely fucked up, but that means that there's going to be a lot of scar tissue, too. A lot of scar tissue from that fight. So if there's a lot of scar tissue, Jamal Hill's just able to land a couple of good strikes, then yeah. But the only problem with Jamal Hill is how shitty his fucking defense is. I remember watching like fucking MMA Guru and Lucas Tracy make a video saying that literally every single time Jamal Hill throws, like, because he's a southpaw, every single time he throws his left hand, that his right hand's all the way down by his fucking waist. And if that's the fucking case, then Rountree can clearly just catch him with a fucking big meaty hook. Lead hook. Sorry about that. But yeah, I'm going to take a risk here. I'm going to take the unk. I'm going to take Tubbs. Take the unk at the cookout. I'm going to take Jamal Hill by... Do I take Jamal Hill? Fuck. I'm taking Jamal Hill. Round... There's going to be no wrestling in this fight, though. It's like, is Jamal Hill's stand-up better than Rountree's? I think he has more power than Rountree. Oh, fuck, this is a hard fight. No, I'm sticking my original prediction. I'm going to take Jamal Hill, round 3-4, KO, TKO. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to say it's going to be by... He's going to work that body. I think Jamal Hill's going to work the body, weaken Rountree, and catch him with something. If not, then Rountree just might get KO'd to the body. Jamal Hill throws a lot of punches to the body, which I like. And his body kick to the body is pretty fucking nice, I'm not going to lie. Low-key money. Yeah, I'm going to take Jamal Hill. I think he's going to work that body. I think he's going to be able to use his height and length to avoid a lot of Rountree's, like, wild fucking blitzes. As long as this past injury doesn't affect him too much, I think he's going to get this one. I think he's going to get it. He's also not talking as much as he has in his last 2 fights. Everyone's going to be on the Khalil Rountree hype because of his fight versus Pereira. But if your best win's Anthony Smith, I'm going to take Jamal Hill. This fight was supposed to happen last year, International Fight Week. Khalil Rountree tested positive for steroids, so he had to pull out. And they gave Rountree the title shot. Got his ass beat. Jamal Hill took 6 months off. Rountree's taking like 8 months off. No, 10 months off, right? No, 8. Yeah, 8 months off. I'm taking Jamal Hill. Fuck it. Rounds 3 or 4. No, yeah, 3 or 4 KO TKO. I'm saying that. I lost on my prediction last week. Nailed the. I had Orolbai finish in the fucking 316 card. But yeah, give me the Unk at the cookout. Give me Jamal Hill to take this one by rounds 3 or 4 KO TKO. It's really a pick 'em though. So yeah, that's the reason why the odds are close. But if it's a pick 'em, I'm gonna take the plus money guy. If I think it's a pick 'em, I'm gonna take the guy who has better odds, which is Jamal Hill. So yeah, I think he's gonna win this one. I think Rountree's a little overrated after his last fight. But yeah. Yep, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take that. Yeah. So we go 12-1, go 11-2. Expect a 13-0 sweep this week. I took multiple underdogs. Multiple underdogs. But yeah, that's what I'm taking. Yep. We like that. We fucking like that. Let's fucking go.